Hello and a very warm welcome to Kids Voice Box tonight with me, Ben.
And Jayden.
And what a very entertaining week we've had this week in football with obviously Champions League, Premier League and obviously drama within the EFL playoffs, especially last night with Sheffield Wednesday absolutely smashing it at home, which was, I couldn't believe it at first because I thought it was 2-0. At one point it was like they were 4-0 down. It was like, that's basically impossible, but they were at home at Hillsborough and it went to 4-0, so it went to extra time. And it sort of 4-1 was like, oh, to bottle it now. You've come all this way, you've got to actually see it out. And they won 5-1, but it went to pens because it was obviously 5-5 in aggregate. And they won on pens, and it was what a brilliant, that like probably one of the best comebacks in probably one of the best playoffs that we've seen in the EFL. It's always comes to this time of year where it's like very entertaining in the playoffs. I never really watched them, but my granddad always does and he loves them. Do you find playoffs very entertaining?
No, not really, but I watched the Notts County and Chesterfield one, and that's that in League.
Yeah,
League
that's
2.
National League. Yeah, National League.
Yeah, and I watched that one, and that was very good.
Yeah, because that was, I think, if they would have lost that, I think that's just ridiculous. I don't think they should have actually went through playoffs. You should just give them it, because I think for the teams to get to 100 points and not get promoted,
Totally
ridiculous.
Totally agree with you.
Like, I think that whole system just maybe needs to be changed, because I don't even know how that makes sense, because is it only 2 teams who get relegated in League 2? Or is it 3?
No, I think it's still 3.
Because I think it's 3. But
Sorry for not concentrating on them, but I was watching different games for different reasons,
yeah.
but it didn't happen my way.
Yeah, but obviously last night as well we had Newcastle. That was probably a massive game. I think it was probably the biggest game out of these last couple of games left of the season. For obviously not just Newcastle but Liverpool as well, and obviously Liverpool fans needed probably Brighton to go and beat them or draw.
Well, if there's anything, such a thing in Premier League football as teams picking and choosing when they turn up, then Brighton's got to beat them.
Brighton need to, someone needs to investigate what De Zerbi's doing. Seriously, you're going to beat the team who were literally top, fighting
murdered the team, absolutely murdered them.
Battered them 3-0. I know it was only late goals, but still, throughout that game, he was just brilliant.
Football, yeah.
And obviously, better team throughout that game. And Arsenal didn't really take the chances, and once that first one went in, it just fell apart because Saliba was not there. I think that's the reason why they've lost the title, because Saliba wasn't there and he was that much that important to him. He got injured, and that's why they got out of the Europa League as well, because they just struggled against.
Because I haven't seen him play for like decades.
Yeah, I know. But it's also because Martinelli can't take pens. That's why they lost in the Europa League. And also Ramsdale. I don't even think I've ever seen him save a pen. The one that actually didn't go in was Salah's, and that went wide. So and that was in his time when he was literally not scoring pens whatsoever.
Yeah.
And now he's just putting them down the middle, which I think he needs to change that, because that's 2 in a row now.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah. And I think they'll be made that if he needs to go and score a winner. And it's like 90th minute pens, like a penalty to get top 4, and he puts it wide again. It's going to be fuming, and he's best not to do that. But like, obviously it's major. Last 2 weekends that we've got, because it finishes it's 19th today, isn't it? So there'll be 9 days with the Premier League ends. At R4 that all the games start, which is ridiculous. Why have we changed from like 3 to 4 to R4? We didn't stop doing that because they'll end up doing it at 7 o'clock at night and don't start all games then.
They're doing that anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, they ought to start doing them, but if end the season at 7 o'clock at night, it's ridiculous. You're basically changing it to Champions League final. But I think obviously if it's going to be very interesting getting into them, because it's obviously I was writing projections a couple of weeks ago saying title race will be like decided the game before, probably because City, if they win, or like Arsenal lose, then City City win the title, and that'll be Haaland's first Premier League title in his first season.
No one's there to stop them.
No one's really there to stop them apart from Frank Lampard, and like I don't even know what they've got last game of the season, but I don't think anyone's really going to stop them now, and it's probably going to take either Liverpool on this form to do that, or United if they can somehow stop them in that FA Cup final. Or if Arsenal could actually turn up against City, which obviously they don't even play each other. But if they would have turned up against City, they probably would have won the title. But I think that's just over now. Obviously top four.
It puts about the myth, doesn't it, where teams are all turning around saying the resting players.
Yeah.
And then, we're having too many games. Well, it's proven now again, isn't it? Liverpool could have won 4 trophies last year. This year, they've been non-existent basically, and they're blaming all those trophies we were going for the weakness of the Liverpool team. Could it happen to Man City? Doubt it very much with the squad.
I doubt it will happen probably because they've got backup from Haaland's with Julian Alvarez, who quite literally was going for the Golden Boot in the World Cup. So I don't think they're really he's brilliant in himself. Like if he was playing as long as Haaland has this season, bearing in mind Haaland doesn't finish 90 minutes every game. Like he takes them off when he scored a hat-trick, and doesn't allow him to score anymore. I think it was even when he scored, I think it was 5 or 6 in the Champions League. Pep took him off, and everyone was saying it's because he wants to protect Messi's record, because he scored like 5-6 in a game in the Champions League. But I think if he actually would have played 90 minutes, Dixie Dean's record out the window. But he's got, I think it's 4 games now to score like 11 goals, which you never know he could actually do it, because I think hat-trick per game and he's done it. But I actually don't want him to win the Champions League, so don't want him to do that. Because
to be honest, I just think it's a formality, I thought the team that was going to beat them was Real Madrid. And like Real Madrid turned up at Anfield and played us off the park. They didn't turn up against Manchester City, did they?
No.
Not the same.
Do you think anyone can really stop City on certain games?
No. They've just played the simple now.
Yeah, I know, because Inter, they are a really good team, but the way they're just, it could be another case of 2005 in Istanbul. Obviously if you look at that AC Milan team, and FIFA, it's as if they've gone into icons and just went high to low and just took every single one of them.
But if you look in Premier League, lads, you've seen it. Teams are supposed to get stuck in and give these teams a game. As we just mentioned there, Liverpool went for 4 trophies last year, and it wasn't easy because every team turned up to beat them, to knock us out, to play.
We only got 2, didn't we?
Yeah, there's only 2.
The FA Cup and the Carabao.
No, but these teams that beat us, what I'm saying is they've come at us, they've gone, even in the Carabao Cup, the cups we won, they made it harder for us. They fought, they had a go, they made it a final. Premier League, I don't think there's many teams that's turned up.
I think it's kind of where we were always saying, don't like the French league because it's a farmers league. I think if we're actually looking at it properly, Premier League's the biggest farmers league out there, because you've got City, and I know it's not like you've got them top teams like in the Liga and Ligue 1, where it's those top teams who get all the money and they don't distribute it well, whereas the Premier League do. You've literally got Leeds going spending 40 million on a striker, who literally doesn't even play for them. You've got from Ruta, who's actually he scored his first goal the other day. And for the under-21s, they won the Premier League 2 Division 2 playoff final, because they bottled the league, and they got a draw, but if they would have won, they would have won the league, which probably would have been better. But even if Leeds get relegated, they're still in the Prem, because the under-21s are in Premier League 2. Because no matter whether it's Championship, they still stay there, because that's a whole different league. But if you've got those teams spending that much money on like players who don't even play for them, you can tell that they're distributing the money well, and that it's that much like of a big, like yeah, they distribute it well, and all teams do get a lot of money, like such as Everton go and spending stupid amount of money on players every single year, and just they don't do it well. Like the scouts don't really work it well because they just buy, but then they don't develop them well, and they don't do it well. Like you saw this season, McNeil's been like fairly good in certain games, but he's dropped off in others. And what I don't like is against Brighton when he was like celebrating before he was scoring. That was everyone's going on like Barkley 2.0 and was like, shut up, never liked Barkley. And
he's good.
Yeah, he was actually like I think Barkley was one of the most overrated players that you could actually have had. If he's not Rooney,
he seems to be one of those players who's ruined his own career, didn't
yeah, ruined his own career.
If he'd have
Is he
stayed,
still playing with Ross Barkley?
I think he is, because I saw it. I think
yeah,
I
he is.
saw it.
Yeah.
It's French league or somewhere. He's still.
I haven't seen him since like 2019.
I think he was one of the ones who's went, because I think he was at Chelsea, wasn't he? And then I think he's one of the ones who went to Nice, where they were like doing their
He was
own
at
Premier
Everton a
League.
bit as well.
Yeah, because he was originally from Everton, because like obviously supporting them. Then went to Chelsea, and
Went
then
back to Everton for a bit.
yeah, and then I think he's ended up in Nice. Like, I'm not sure if that's right, but I think he did.
Like the Italian?
No, French. French league. It was their big whole Premier League overhaul that they had in the summer, where they bought Kasper Schmeichel from Leicester. You can kind of tell he was their most important player, because they're relegated now. Well, they're not, but they basically are, because they're just shocking of what I've saw of them. Like, it's literally been a disgrace. Against Liverpool, they were a joke. And also the tragedy chanting that they were doing. They were saying always the victims, and then they go and get battered, and they were singing "You're going down with the blues."
who is going down? Who is going down?
That's a big thing. I've done
Could Leicester turn up?
Yeah.
Well, Southampton has been definitely relegated.
Yeah,
That's 100%.
that's 100% now.
Who's in it now? So
So,
I know Leicester
between-
is, and who's the other team?
So
Everton,
and my team, Leeds.
Leeds, yeah.
Is Leeds?
Yeah,
Oh
Leeds
yeah.
still
Between them, isn't it?
Relegation zone right now, 20th Southampton, which if they actually win their
But
last
hang
two
on, hang
games-
on. We're not getting any thanks here from the Blues, are we?
Yeah,
The games that haven't we beat teams?
Yeah.
3 teams to help them out?
we have beat teams to help them, and they
Not a
won,
thank you,
I think.
not a thank you.
Yeah.
Not off one of them.
But as soon
And
as
if
you
you
lose
do
one, they need to win.
Well, I put a
Bang.
post up on social media. Now you tell me how many Blues commented on this. I put on, just out of interest, how many Everton fans want Liverpool to lose against Leicester?
442.
None. They didn't come up, no one liked it, just little laughing faces. No one was making a comment. Not one Evertonian wanted Liverpool to lose.
Well, there's an Evertonian YouTuber of mine who I watch, who was actually, he put on social media saying like, meet him, he's a FIFA YouTuber.
AJ Free?
Yeah, AJ Free, yeah. He put out on social media saying, me tonight, it was like Liverpool, Old Liverpool,
Great for
like,
Liam.
flag, and was just, and he wanted them to win. And he was like, he tweeted later on saying, oh, you've messed it up, haven't you? Like, from 3-0. You've not messed it up. They was doing that, he'd done that for Notts Forest, where it was like 2-2, and he was like, what are you doing?
Well, this is how Evertonians think,
was like, well,
maybe other fans. Because an Evertonian said to me beforehand, if Liverpool weren't going for the Champions League, they'd lose against Leicester.
What?
They'd lose on purpose.
No, yeah.
It doesn't happen.
Oh.
It doesn't happen. And as I say, we've got Chelsea
Cocky with that as well.
against the weekend.
Chelsea playing City, yeah.
Now, can you honestly see Chelsea wanting to win that?
No, because
And
that's
give a
gonna give
chance.
them from Arsenal the title.
Because they
which
don't
there's
get
no
on.
way.
Yeah.
Because, well, they get on more with them than Tottenham, because no one likes Tottenham. And literally, there's a song saying that.
Yeah.
They're all best mates of Arsenal. But when it comes to, they're not always best mates of Arsenal, but if it comes between Arsenal and Tottenham, they'd rather be best mates of Arsenal, because they all like Tottenham. And I think that obviously they won't really want to give them the title because, and also they don't. I think if they're not careful, they could finish a lot lower than what they are.
They don't want that title,
Yeah.
do they? Because at
They
the end of the
don't want
day,
Because
it
for
goes
them
into
to
next
finish
season.
in the bottom half of the bottom half of the table, I know they're sorting out getting a new manager in, like Pochettino's coming in, and that's obviously brilliant. But I think for them to go and finish that low, I think I can't.
I think if Pochettino's going to come in and change it all.
Yeah, he might not, because against in like PSG, he didn't do that well.
Uh-huh.
And obviously he has a stupid amount of money there. You go into another club that has a stupid amount of money, and it's the same thing, just they allow him to spend. But I think it's good that they've got Nkunku sorted, that he's coming in, they've got an actual striker, even though he's really not a striker. But I think the thing that they need to sort is
Who's
Lukaku.
Pochettino going to?
Chelsea.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh.
that was confirmed a couple of weeks ago. Tottenham, I know everyone's rejecting Tottenham, no one wants them. Like,
Do you think Harry Kane's going to stay there?
No, he's got.
I'd love Liverpool to go for Son. I really would. What a player he'd be in Liverpool.
Yeah.
I just
He
love...
hasn't been good this past since he scored that
He's been
Palace
shocking.
goal.
Yeah,
He hasn't been good.
yeah.
One goal from.
Yeah, because the team hasn't working around him. It
Yeah.
puts a player off, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know with Tottenham this season, they're still in a strong position, but I can't see them even getting Europa League. I think Brighton are in a lot stronger position to get Europa League, and I know they've been bottling a couple of past
Well,
games,
the bottlers are just...
especially against Everton, choosing to literally not play. Everton can't say they've done really well in that game because literally Brighton didn't even show up. They haven't even got the goalie, their right goalie in, because he just apparently refuses to play. I don't even know what's going. He's not even injured.
Right?
He just
Right.
Robert Sanchez, he refuses to play. And I think if he's doing that, what does he done with Trossard was sent them, which I think he probably should have.
So is James Milner making a good move?
I think Dave's.
Is that
Dave's
being
done well.
confirmed?
That's
Yeah.
well.
Oh.
Confirmed, yeah. Yeah, he's gone.
It's
Oh.
not, but it is because it's according to Fabrizio Romano, he said like that deal's close,
I hate him.
but he's like. I know, because even I don't understand, because he comes out saying, here we go, it's done, and then 5 minutes later he's like, deal's close. And I was like, what? Because he's still going on with Milner. He's done another thing where he might be going to Leeds now, which there's actually...
You know what, Milner, wherever he goes, we should have kept him. Liverpool, coaching job, coaching role, whatever.
That he needs coaching.
You know.
Like the young coach now.
Oh,
Yeah.
To teach.
Absolutely brilliant.
Gerrard, he needs to sort himself out before he decides to become a manager or something again, because he's not
He's
good.
after that,
Maybe take a few tips off Xabi. He's done very well to go and it's a shame actually it was 0-0 last night, because if they would have scored it would have been interesting there, because that would have been 1-1 going into extra time, but he wasn't beating Jose Mourinho. I really want him to lose that final, because he hasn't lost a final, and but I think this is probably one of the biggest challenges yet. You're playing the Europa League team, Sevilla, because every time they come, I think everyone forgets that Sevilla are literally the biggest team in the Europa League, and they've got Barcelona in it this year and United, but seriously, every year they're in it, they win it. It's like it's that big for them. They've probably won it, but like ridiculous amount of times. It's like probably them with it's all Spanish teams and the European cups. Goes brilliant for them. Obviously Real Madrid's won it 14 times. But like as just a team who's won it 14 times, lose to a team who hasn't even won the Champions League whatsoever.
Well, we're going to go over it on the show as well, Ben.
Oh yeah.
We've got.
What is this?
Oh yeah, I forgot about
If
this.
you pass that to Ben, it's, and then you can do the other one for us, Jay.
Right, what is this?
Yes.
Oh, I saw this on your Insta, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And give all the information out there.
This is the XTL. You can't really say it.
Ref Spec tournament.
Yeah. That will happen on the 20th anniversary. Happen August 26th, so on the 7th, on the 8th, on the 9th, on the 10th. 5 15 minutes games. Time 9 AM to 1 PM. Happens on Sunday, happens on Monday. And Monday's the final game. And all it
The
costs.
finals are on the Monday, yeah.
Yeah. and it costs £70 for under 7s, under 8s, under 9s and under 10s. £80 for under 11s and under 12. And you will all get a medal, even if you didn't get close. Just for
Every team will play in the semi-final.
Will it? Oh.
Yeah, and the under 8s is full.
Mm.
It was very, very quickly booked up. Other teams are all coming in now. So our advice to them, young commentators here, book early, get in, secure your place, hurry up.
Big thing for all you managers out there, if you're managing at under 7 and under 8 teams, there's only 8 players you can have. Under 9s and under 10s, only 10 players, and under 11s and under 12, only 14 players you can have. So you got to put your club, put your team, then the age group, then the colours, then your email, then who you are, aka the manager, and
how did he get in touch?
Mal@don'txtheline.com.
And then you get all the information. We'll send you that form, the affiliation, get it in there, and it's next season's age group. So if you're under 7 now, you'll be under 8 in the tournament. So book early. Now we move over to Ben.
Yeah. So Richard, aka Mr Silky Skills, he's been doing it for 20 years, doing football freestyle. Respect to this guy. Congratulations from the young commentators and Mal. He's been telling us that he's worked with him over the years. He's a brilliant man, doing it for obviously 20 years is a very big achievement.
Same as ourselves, really.
Yeah, same as yourselves, with respect as well.
Yeah.
But be very well done to Richard.
And he's got some silky skills, I must admit, and he's still doing it after these many years. And if you ever saw him on there, he's great with the ball. It's a wonder he hasn't played for Everton. Wouldn't say Liverpool, Rich, you know the score on that one. But honestly,
there's a line where you have to
we have to draw the line somewhere, don't we, lads? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but Richie, he's absolutely brilliant. I got him in Pwllheli once. We call it Pwllheli. And when I asked the Welsh, well, it's in North Wales, they said, because it's PW, it's Pwllheli. Okay? So Pwllheli, that's Pwllheli. I don't know whether the Welsh are going to look and laugh at me, but that's the way we pronounced it. Anyway, if you get to see Richie, he may be at the tournament that we're doing, because he said he's going to do it for nothing. Quote that, lads.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you there. So get in touch with him. He's on Instagram, and if you want to have a quick session of Silky Skills, he teaches the kids. Honestly, they're unreal. It's like the ball is glued to his feet. It's unreal. Honestly, absolutely fantastic. Watch out for him. And I think it's down to you lads now to close the show.
Yeah, so it's been a good show tonight. Obviously, and it's goodbye from me, Ben.
And Jayden.
Just give Richie a green card there.
Oh yeah.
Because we did forget our red cards.
Oh yeah, and that for Wayne, this for Richie.
I was going to say Mal then, it's like you're here. It was like a green card from Mal being here.
There you go. Well, I'll be back here tomorrow, won't I, Ben?
Yeah. So it's been a good show tonight. Sit back, relax, and have a good rest of your night.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
All right.